Welcome back to the podcast. I'm here with Justin. Justin, what are your thoughts on avocados and guacamole?
Okay, so avocados are good. I'll like, I don't even cut avocados with a regular knife. I'll use a straight up butter knife if it's soft enough, because you don't
Hmm.
really need a regular knife if it's ripe enough.
Yeah.
And straight up, people put like sprinkle salt on their avocado. I'll sprinkle a nice layer of sugar on there, just a little bit, like a pinch,
Hmm.
and I'll eat that straight. But like guacamole with some homemade chips, bro, that's like amazing. Like there's one taco place I go to, they do the guac right in front of you. And that's like they're like doing some drugs in this
Wow.
bowl.
Here's my second question. Do you have headphones in?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, get headphones in and we can talk about what we're talking about today. Lots of WWE talk today because this week has been crazy. But first, I just want to pay my respects to the actor who played Vikram in The Office. He was in the scenes where Michael didn't have any money, and he um, like was like the really good salesman in like the call center, and the actor died today or like a couple hours ago or yesterday, last night or something like that. So
Okay.
rest in peace to the actor who plays Vikram in The Office. Um, and that yeah, that's how we're gonna start
And
today,
the thing, what
Justin.
are you talking about? We're missing like the main person.
We're gonna what's it called? We're gonna talk about WWE the entire podcast. I can't pay
Right?
my respects to a non WWE guy to start with the podcast. We're gonna get into it.
All right, well, let's go off the good, like not good news. Wow, why did I say good news?
The good
Let's say,
news is that NXT has beaten AEW again for the second
really?
week in a row, 692,000 to 683,000, and that's talking,
I didn't even see the ratings yet.
wow, breaking news to me then. Shout
I
out to me
know.
for breaking the news. Anyway, that doesn't matter. What really matters is, I mean, this week sucks. This week sucks.
The,
Like,
the legendary Fink passed away this morning. That was sad news.
do you have a Fink story?
I don't have Fink's story. I don't know. I don't know. Fink is like, bro, like my childhood dude. Greatest ring announcer of all time. The and when there's like Lillian Garcia and like whatever, but like the Fink, like and new and still and
The
coming
voice is
down the
iconic.
aisle. I know that's like when I heard that story, Vince said the Fink is too old to do ring announcing, and that's why he left. I'm like, what? Like, no one cares how old he looks, bro. He's looking old since he started. So like, I don't know. I don't get it, dude.
Everyone looks old after years. It's just how life works. As years go by, you get old. Vince doesn't know what he's talking about most of the time, but he did come back in 2011 for CM Punk's entrance, so that was pretty cool. I watched that clip a couple times today. That was honestly this morning. I woke up and I saw on my YouTube recommended that that clip was recommended for me, and I was very confused because I was like, well, we were talking about the Survivor Series plaques the other day, so maybe like, it picked it up because we were talking
So the
about it.
algorithm,
And
they're
then
spying on us.
literally like I don't even know how many minutes later, like half an hour later, WWE tweets, "Hey, like this happened." So that was pretty crazy. Um, don't know how that happened, but
So, yep, Fink, the greatest ring announcer of all time. There's
he
no question
was
about that.
the announcer at my first Raw I ever went to. It was the Price is Raw with Bob Barker, and he was like doing the Price is Right, like announcing. And there's a clip where White Sox catcher AJ Pierzynski was called down to do the Price is Raw, and I'm in that clip on TV. So
There you
there we
go.
go. I was in the same segment as the Fink. So
Recipes to the goat.
rest in peace to him. And there is an actor who his name is Brian Dennehy. Do you know him? He's from Tommy Boy.
No,
He died today. He was. Have you ever seen Tommy Boy?
no.
I haven't either, but I know that that's a very popular movie, and I know that he. There's a song about Chicago, and like his name is used in one of the lines. So that's all I gotta say with that. Lots of crazy things that happened this week, especially like crazy deaths. So that's like three in a row, like three.
Usually they say deaths come in three.
Yeah. So that's number three. So that's pretty crazy. And then
Hear my dog barking in the background?
I didn't hear it. Oh, no, I
Good,
can
no,
hear
so
it.
we're good. Oh, no, so we're gonna deal with that for the whole podcast. It's fine. Let's talk about the state of WWE, dude.
Well, I
WWE
mean,
released what, 50 people yesterday? Over 50 people?
I don't know the number, but it was a lot.
It's chaos, dude. It's like I think 30 something wrestlers with backstage and probably with more people we don't even know about. Meltzer said it's probably like over 100, like office people and stuff, but like people we have like a face, like name the face for,
Hmm.
it's like over 50. It's like wild.
As this was happening, Justin was like, "Let's record a breaking news audio," and
Okay,
I
hold
said,
on,
"No,
hold on,
I
hold on,
want to
hold on.
wait. Like, we gotta wait, dude. This isn't the end." And it just kept coming. It kept coming and
It
coming.
started off with like 7, I feel like.
It was
And
like
Carl
four or
Anderson
five, and then it kept
and Carl
going.
Anderson was like the main one at the time. And
Hmm.
everyone's like, what the hell? They're releasing half the tag team. Like Kurt Hawkins
Yeah,
was on there, and EC3 was on there, Leo Rush was on there, and then Drake Maverick. And I was like, what? Why are they releasing half tag teams? And all of a sudden it's like, oh, Zack Ryder's there, and Luke Gallows is there, and Kurt Angle randomly, and then all the agents pretty much, and then Mike Chioda, bro, referee, like one of the greatest
even
referees. There's
even
Earl
Scott
Hebner, there's Mike
Armstrong.
Chioda. What?
Even Scott Armstrong is on that list. I heard.
Oh, really? I thought he's been gone from WWE.
I guess he was in like a backstage role or something.
Okay.
I don't know, but it
Rusev,
like
Rusev was like the last one on the list. It was just so random.
who?
Rusev?
Yeah, Rusev tweeted first, and then like later on, it was announced that he was one of the one. Like he was one of the ones. Like it's just so like. Here's the thing. Like I didn't want to record a podcast about it. I still don't want to record a podcast about it, but it's news, and like we wanted to talk about it, and it's like it just sucks because like they could have like they've been holding these wrestlers and backstage people for how long, and now they're like cutting it. And I know people are gonna say, well, all these companies are cutting it and stuff like that. But like you don't have like if a company is like a regular company, an office, an office job company is releasing their workers or they're firing off a lot of their people. You didn't like grow an attachment to any of those workers because they're not on TV. So when WWE, who is a very public company because they make do TV shows 2 times a week and sometimes pay-per-views and their personalities and stuff, when they're releasing a lot of people, like of course people are going to go crazy about it because they're like they're basically they're chopping names off the list, and it's like these are actual people behind their characters, and it's like of course people are going to be talking about it. So don't like feel like it's crazy that everyone's going nuts about this because this is a big thing. So
It's crazy how WWE like the day before tweeted like, "Oh, we're a big family. Now we're essential business." And then they're like, "Oh, actually, here's all the people we don't need that we've been hoarding." Like literally. Like
yeah,
remember Mike and Maria wanted out like last year, and they're like, "Oh, actually, then we're gone." Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows like were like shopping around. Maybe they'll leave WWE and they get a huge contract, and oh, they get released.
yeah, that's crazy. Like they
Like
just
Kurt Angle just randomly like, "Oh, we don't need you anymore." It's like what?
it's like
And
they
it's not
signed all
like
these guys back just to like keep them away from other companies.
didn't like there was like a deal where Rusev just resigned too. I swear that happened.
I think so.
Like
Yeah, it was very recent.
and I don't know. It's just like all these people like not like WWE couldn't afford it, but like they're like, oh, actually, we're just letting everybody go instead of being like, hey, we'll just we'll hold on to your contract, and when everything is back to normal, maybe we'll release them then and just pay them like something. I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
But like but like they just like let everybody go just
they
randomly.
just
Like not
yeah.
randomly, but like I get the economy and everything, but it's not like WWE is like the only wrestling company that's profitable, and it's not like these guys could be like, oh, now we can go work at Indie Shot this weekend,
Yeah,
or like
there's no
we could
indies.
show up at in TNA or New Japan or AEW because like everything's shut down, so they're like literally stuck at home, and oh, we have no job.
And
I'm
here's the
not saying
thing.
like all of them. Hold on, I'm not saying like all of them is not gonna get a job, but like a lot of them will be like stuck at home.
Yeah. And here's the thing is like every year after WrestleMania, I feel like the couple weeks after they always make like cuts. But this is like I mean this has to be the worst. Like this is like I mean I don't know. Like I don't know if some of these people were gonna be a part of like the normal after WrestleMania cuts that they always seem to do, but like you don't like you can't like Vince had a week. Let me tell you, Vince McMahon had some heck of a week this week. He collapses the XFL. He has that whole thing with like Dana White and how they're gonna bring back the country or whatever.
Oh
And
man, that was the weirdest article ever, the headline I ever read, where it said where did it say? Hold on. Donald Trump drafts in UFC and WWE bosses Dana White and Vince McMahon to help restart the U.S. economy. And I was like, what?
it's
Okay, I know
literally a
they're
gimmick.
businessmen, but like, it's like, is this real life, dude?
I don't know.
World Wrestling Entertainment and the Ultimate Fighting Championship presidents are gonna help jumpstart the U.S. economy.
This is just it's just a joke. Like it's just ridiculous at this point on that end. But like even I mean, I don't know. Like you can't do these cuts like I mean you could, but you can't. Like you know what I mean? Like it looks bad. It's just a terrible thing. And like, you know, all these people that are on this list, they're going to find like something, some creative outlet because people are going to see, especially now because people are going to, you know, see what happened to them and they're going to, want to support them. Zack
Like
Ryder is
Zack Ryder
already
and
the number
Hawkins
one.
has. Oh, is there
Well,
number one on Pro Wrestling Tees?
yeah, Zack Ryder is already the number one on Pro Wrestling Tees for this week.
Nice. And he got the podcast going, so that'll probably get a good spike.
Well, yeah,
Good
and
for
Zack Ryder was
Hawkins.
one of those guys where like everyone thought he was going to be there for life, and maybe he's going to be, maybe he's going to like get rehired after this. But honestly, like I feel like him and Kurt Hawkins can take the podcast to the next level. They already made their connection with Mattel, so they have that avenue. It's not like Mattel's going to stop sending them stuff just because they don't work for WWE anymore. WWE was their like entryway to like the connection with Mattel, but like their podcast is going to take off and is going to be huge now. And like even what's it called, like or not Kurt Hawkins, Carl Anderson and Luke
Yeah, Carl
Gallows.
Anderson and Luke Gallows talking shop.
You
The
see,
return.
Carl Anderson posted a video today
Yeah, going back to Tokyo, dude.
going back to Tokyo, and I think that's the best place for them. I think the whole thing with them is it was
Bullet
either
Club reunion.
it
They're doing
was
a
what
Bullet
they're
Club
going
reunion.
to, what's it called? Like, were they going to, do they want to go back to Japan or do they want to stay in the States? And it obviously seems like they're going to go back to Japan. So,
Or they could do a half, like a half here, half there. AEW brings them in once in a while. They could have
true.
that one of those deals.
You could do that. You can do,
What's
um,
AJ gonna do? The club? That's dead. The OG
yeah. I mean, like,
OGBC? That's
every,
done.
everyone's been saying that, like, the last on-screen WWE thing for Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows was main eventing WrestleMania with The Undertaker. So that's
Literally,
pretty crazy.
they were literally part of that match.
Yeah. And they got buried all the way to Japan.
Oh man, Talking Shop's coming back. I saw them start a Patreon.
Yeah.
So that's hopefully
That should be
the podcast
interesting.
would be good.
When do they release it? Like every Friday, I think?
I think it's every Sunday they
Every
release.
Sunday? Okay, well, whatever it is, the next episode's going to be interesting. The next episode of the Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder podcast is going to be interesting. Um, like, if you are a figure person, I highly recommend going to watch those like videos they do. The Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, like YouTube channel, is very good. They go on figure hunts. They, obviously they were traveling, so they were able to like go to these different like stores and stuff. So obviously Kurt Hawkins has his like school. That Drake Maverick video that he put out just made me like very, very sad. Like I was just
Bro,
sad.
that Drake Maverick video, I don't know how WWE doesn't rehire him after that, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
I
like
feel
it's
like he made that video and then everyone is like, "Oh, maybe I should make a video too."
well, yeah, but like I don't know. It's just when I saw that I was like, I mean, this just sucks. Like it's just But like EC3, I can see him. He really didn't do anything. He looked miserable on screen. I don't know if that was a character or not, but he just looked miserable and
See,
didn't
like
want to be
half of
there.
these guys, like you like, oh, the half of these guys when you look at that list, like, oh yeah, okay, WWE released them, but like some of them's like, really? They're gonna
Yeah,
release these guys?
like Rusev. Rusev's a guy where it's like I feel like
Rusev,
it's a big name.
it was like, oh, he got like literally it was like a cuck on TV, and it was like, oh, you're divorced your wife, and now you're on your own. Now we do nothing with you.
And I don't think Lana was part of this. So what is she
No,
like still gonna be there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause the writer for that Rusev for that Lana and Otis storyline, like
Mandy Rose Otis.
she got whatever. She got released. Like, oh, that's two different things. Never
I
mind.
want to
I
know
don't
how
know.
you're so loyal to your company for 3 decades and get fired. How you gonna fire your senior referee? Maybe because you like a huge contract, but like that's like your main referee.
Yeah, I mean, nothing makes sense. I mean, like, I don't know. It just doesn't. I mean, like, there's so. I mean, there's just so many names. Like, there's just so many names. Like, I don't know. I just feel so bad. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, just thought I'd be acting wild. I gotta let her out.
But I mean, like all those, a lot of like the coaches and like the producers,
I
it
think they'll
seems like
come
they're
back.
gonna. It seems like they're gonna be hired back. Maybe
But
that'll
like,
give a chance for Lance Storm to be on the, Wrestling Observer,
I don't
for a
get
little
why
bit.
they just like, oh, we'll just hold on to you. I don't know, whatever. It's just
It's a money thing. They want to save money. That's what it
I know.
seems.
But when you see how much money they save and how much money they make, it's like, come on.
Dude, but I just like I don't understand. Like like the question I
I
have
get why,
is
because Vince is
like
cutthroat and he
if
wants
it
to
wasn't
make money,
Vince
and
and that
he has had a bad week and he's gone bankrupt in his company, and now he's like, okay, well, my company's doing losing money, so let me make some extra cuts.
I think well my question was like do you think it would be different if Triple H and Stephanie McMahon were like in the number one spot, or do you think it would still be the same? Like, is this
I
Vince?
think if it's Triple H and Stephanie, I don't think they've been hoarding talent like Vince, but
Well, yeah, and I don't think they would have like let go of all the talent during like the biggest like thing in the world.
yeah, because now they look like, oh, you work for them, and like shit goes hits the fan. Like, why would I come here now? Like now it's even more incentive to wrestlers to be like, why would I want to go there and do nothing? Oh, hey, if something happens now, I'm not guaranteed anything. I'm just gonna get fired.
Hmm.
So like even more incentive for like, oh, I'm not coming here. I'm go somewhere else, make money, build my brand, my own brand. I don't need to go the WWE umbrella.
I
What do you
don't
got?
know. That's
Are you
they
watching, dude?
also what
Are you watching? I feel like I'm
watching
so
what?
turned off by WWE now. Just like,
No,
man,
I mean I didn't watch Raw because I was like I don't think they should be doing live shows. Um, like I don't think they should be live. Like I think they should.
oh, I know. I think the exact same way. They should tape like AEW and just like, all right, we'll do the pay-per-view and then we'll run all the TV and then we'll come back for like another weekend of tapings in a
Yeah,
month.
like spend a day or two taping a bunch of stuff. Like have the wrestlers make content at home. That's what AEW is doing. Look at Being the Elite. Being the Elite, they're running a full you know, mini pay-per-view special on YouTube. They made it 3 days for episode 199. They're gonna have a big show for episode 200. They're having matches. Like they rented a ring. They rented the PWG ring and they set it up in their tennis court slash basketball, court to like have these like things. Like give the wrestlers and the superstars like the outlet to be creative on a major platform because who knows, maybe it's even better than what your stupid on screen stuff is now. Like just give everybody a chance. And yeah, I don't know, but it's just
I don't
crazy.
know. It's made me turn off like the live stuff, and then WWE is now essential business, and then this. It's like a perfect summer chaos. And I thought like the stock would go down, but it went up. Once I heard Vince was going to do cuts, I thought people would freak out, and then it
Hmm.
didn't. Now it's up.
Well, no, because there's more money that they have because they're quote unquote saving money. So, but I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what happened on Vince, as Classic likes to put it. I don't even know what happened on Vince, or I guess Hunter this week. I heard that like Riddle won the title or like tag titles or something. Um, I don't know. Nothing makes
Braun
sense.
Strowman's your champion, and you're probably telling everyone to get a job. Like what a great guy, dude.
Yeah, like that. I mean, he looks really bad now. I mean, you know.
I heard they were WWE shop. They posted this. They tweeted his shirt after this happened, and everyone just was burying the comments that they deleted it.
I mean, you can't. I mean. Okay, here's the thing. If they had that scheduled to tweet, then that's one thing. But if they tweeted that, like, deliberately after, I mean, then you gotta like, I mean, you can't do that. Um, but
That's what makes me more turned off. Like, I don't want to watch SmackDown. I don't want to watch that guy.
but
That guy's a
I don't know.
goof.
What did you do today, Justin? Anything
I didn't do
special?
much. I made like this from like this chicken burger, this smoked chicken burger with some sweet potato fries. It's
Hmm.
pretty good. I was watching this show called Money Heist. I'm on episode 3. It's like this Spanish show that they dubbed over. You could figure out the title what it's about. So, you know, um, did that. What else did I do? I didn't work out today. I feel like it was a more lax day today. And yeah, and I am down $400 in the stock market, so that's fine.
Sounds like a very productive day. I didn't do half of what you did. I just sat on my computer and didn't do much. Not much at all. There's really nothing going
You
on.
play Animal Crossing?
I did for a little bit, but not as much as like past days. Like there's
What'd you
just
do? What do you
nothing.
watch? What are you looking at?
I was like, okay, so like my emails were down at work all day. So I kind of worked on stuff, but then like I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I did. I mean, I just like legitimately went through YouTube, like refreshed like the recommended, and hoped to find something that was interesting. Like I really don't know what I did. Like let me go in my YouTube history real quick and let's see. I This is what's it called. So this is going to be how like pretty much today went. So um, I started off looking at Barstool Idol because that's like how they found talent. Like it was like a show like American Idol, whatever. From there, I went to watching a live Green Day performance from the Cattle Club in Sacramento, California, February 15th, 1994. So that's always like fun to watch back because it's like, someone's VHS camera, like filming the performance with like, in front of 100 people. And then obviously that Bob Barker Raw thing. I watched some card videos. The Last of Us. I'm sure. Have you ever like played that game, The Last of Us?
No.
Okay, well, Tommy like swears by it. So this one YouTuber has a playthrough from it when it first came out, and I've been trying to watch that because the second game is coming out soon, or it was supposed to come out soon, or whatever. And I need to like get through those episodes of him playing through it because here's the thing, and we could do a whole podcast on this if we want. I'm just not a big like story video game guy. Like if I play video game, I want to play like NHL, Madden. Um, Obviously, Animal
So you don't
Crossing is
like
like a free
the
roam.
campaigns. You don't like the
No,
campaigns.
like in GTA, I played the minimum amount that I had to, like GTA 5, so I can get through the campaign to the online and free
So
roam.
you're a fast paced play video games. You probably like fighting games a lot because it's quick. You're just playing in and out.
The only fighting game I really played was,
But you
uh,
play Animal Crossing, which is very like grindy.
but like I want to like create my own, like I want to create my own stuff. You know what I mean? Like like I don't want to like go by a set path in a video game. Like I want to
So you
do
want to play
whatever.
Sims, you want to play sports,
Yeah,
you probably would be fun. You probably like playing fighting games because you just pick it up, play, and then
I
all right,
did
I'm
buy
done.
UFC 3. I did buy that game when it was
You should
like
probably play Mortal Kombat or something, or like Marvel versus Capcom. You
what's
probably like
the
that.
not Mortal Kombat, but like what's the Nintendo one? Super Smash Bros. That was fun
Yeah,
for a
there you
while.
go. You probably like that.
That was good. Um, and like obviously like in Fortnite it's kind of like GTA kind of or not GTA like Call of Duty. I used to like Call of Duty a lot. Fortnite has like the creative aspect of like a Call of Duty that's like the more creative route. And even in that game, I still am like they've changed it so much. But like when I'm playing like with someone, it's like I'd rather just like mess around, like I would in like a GTA or something, than actually like playing the game to how you're supposed to play it. Um, so that's like just not a big fan of story games, but that's why I'd rather watch somebody play it. Like I'd rather watch Uber Hacks or Nova, which is like one of my favorite like gamers on YouTube. I'd rather watch him play through because I know that it's going to be like, entertainment and entertaining for me to watch. So I also watched the YouTube Award headquarters where they make the YouTube awards. I watched that because I don't know, that was interesting.
They pump a
And
lot of those out a day, probably.
yeah, a lot. It's crazy. I mean, especially the 100,000 subscriber ones. It's very interesting to see. So, and then from there, now it's like if I refresh my home, like or a recommended page, then like something interesting will pop up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Anyways,
about it.
I feel like this is the end of the podcast for today.
That is the end of the podcast for today.
You have anything planned for tomorrow? What do you want to do tomorrow?
I don't know. Let's see how it goes. We'll take each day by day. We'll see what happens. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, this week has been crazy, so anything is possible. Yeah, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah.